What is up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keepstar. Let's get right into the news. It's going down. Jake Paul is saying that he wants to fight FaZe Banks. Hallelujah! 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 I mean, this is the fight that we all wanted. This is what we wanted for years. Today, Jake Paul uploaded a video titled, Dear FaZe Banks. You should watch this. Sincerely, Jake Paul. And in the video, he said this. Roll.
But since we are talking about boxing, guys, let's talk about my opponents or my next fight. So I think I'm going to be fighting someone before the KSI and Logan fight. You guys know that Conor McGregor's best friend and minion, Dylan Dennis, is too scared to fight me, but that is an option. If he were to step to the table, I think that could be an option. However, guys, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I have been texting back and forth with FaZe Banks. I want to fight him. I texted him. And I'm not gonna talk about our conversation that we had, but just know that FaZe Banks versus Jake Paul is a very high possibility, and I would love nothing more than that. I think it would be bigger than the KSI Logan fight. I think it would be bigger than a lot of fights that have ever happened in the history of anything, and it really excites me. So FaZe Banks, bro, I'm publicly calling you out now. Are you gonna back down, bro? Because if you do, all your tweets about fighting me, all your tweets about saying you would kick my ass, you're gonna look pretty dumb. And the reason why this fight is so exciting is because every single time I asked you guys, my fans, who do you think I should fight, the most requested person was FaZe Banks. Everyone wants to see it. So Banks, the ball is in your court. I feel like you don't want the smoke. I feel like you're gonna back down. And if you don't, I'm gonna kick your ass. So either way, you're losing, but let's do this, bro.
Yes! 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 Okay. So, listen. I was sleeping, all right? I took a nappy, okay? Because I'm old, right? I wake up. My phone is blowing up. I got all these text messages. I hit up Ricky, and I start talking to FaZe Banks immediately. And I'm like, bro. And he says this to me. This is what FaZe Banks said. He goes, I haven't uploaded a video and over a year on YouTube, and I'm still being used as clickbait. Cha-ching! But in all seriousness, Ricky is thinking about fighting Jake Paul. I mean, he's really considering it, but he hasn't been working out. He hasn't been training at all. And apparently, Jake's trying to make this fight happen in like 3 months. And I must say, if the fight happens in 3 months, that's nearly impossible for Ricky to win. I mean, Jake's been training nonstop. I mean, first of all, Jake put out this on his Instagram. Banks, the training starts now. Acting like he just started training. No, here's the thing. Jake Paul trained for the Deji fight, and then he hasn't stopped training since. I mean, he's been training every single day, and nobody knows why. I mean, look, when Deji went on Logan Paul's podcast, this is what Logan Paul had to say about Jake training. Roll it.
Now you come to LA. You got TMZ'd saying, I want a rematch. Jake is scared because he's a
Yeah. I'm down for a rematch.
But you know he's not scared.
Yeah, well, because obviously it made him respond there. That was the marketing.
And here's the response. Dear Deji, this is the last interface I'll ever have with you. DM for address. Saw your paparazzi vid that says I'm scared to rematch you. However, I'm not going to rematch you. You couldn't even make it the whole fight. Plus, it wouldn't be as exciting. But since you're in LA, if you want to come spar at my house tonight, I'm sure YouTube would love to see that. Who's going to be scared now?
So I was actually going to go, but what do you call it? I did get advised not to do it because
you forgot your gloves.
What's that again?
You forgot your gloves?
No, not gloves. It's what do you call it? Because it's like his turf and everything, and
you were gonna go. You were gonna spar Jake.
I was down for it. Honestly, I was. But another issue is I haven't actually been training at all.
And I was gonna say, bro, All Jake's been doing is
Training.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows what he's doing, what he's training for.
No, he's so
just
good
going
now, bro.
hard.
He spars every day, and no one knows what he's training for.
You see what I'm saying? Jake is trying to pull a fast one. He's been training nonstop in secret, getting ready to challenge Ricky and only give him like 3 months to get ready for a fight. That's just, that's ridiculously unfair. Now, I'm going to tell you publicly the same advice that I gave FaZe Banks on the phone. Dude, 6 months. If you two are going to fight, you need to give Ricky at least 6 months to prepare for a boxing match. The kid's never boxed before. This is all new to him. You've been training for over a year. You need to give him at least 6 months to get ready for something like that. But I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see this more than I want to see any other fight. And speaking about fighting, on DramaAlert, over the last couple DramaAlerts here, we've been talking about the feud between the brothers, Deji and KSI. And on last DramaAlert, we talked about how Deji dropped a diss track on his brother, how Deji went on Logan Paul's podcast. I mean, it's getting pretty bad. But I titled that video, Deji Betrayed KSI. Because he did. Deji has responded by saying that he didn't betray anyone. Today, Deji uploaded a brand new video titled The Truth About My Brother KSI. And well, it has mixed reviews. He has 28,000 dislikes. But like I said, in the video, he says that he didn't betray anyone. Here are some of Deji's points. Roll.
A lot of people aren't really understanding the full story between me and JJ. So, when his cameraman dropped his second diss track, right? My mum was crying. From watching it, she was crying. She cried and was calling my brother, being like, how is this fair? You guys are trying to ruin my son. And JJ didn't, from the little I heard, he didn't care. He didn't care. He really didn't care. It got to the point that I just saw red. I took the phone off my mum and I just ended the call. I literally just ended the call and I saw red. Because the fact that JJ could allow such a thing, that's why I wasn't cool with him. And that's why it's going to be very hard for him to get back into my life.
Okay, Deji, so this is the point that I don't understand, and I don't get, like, where you're coming from at all, okay? Randolph, said that your channel was dying. You went and said a bunch of crap about him. He fired crap back. And then you made a diss track on Randolph. And you literally said to Randolph, you are going to fuck his wife like a horse. That's what you said in your diss track. So now Randolph wants to respond again. All right? Is KSI supposed to go up to Randolph and be like, hey, man, you're not allowed to defend your wife here? Is JJ honestly expected to get into the middle of this and tell Randolph, hey man, you're not allowed to defend your wife because it's my brother? I mean, that just seems so ridiculous to me. Throughout all this, Deji, I swear you are not taking any responsibility for your actions. Like, none. Like, you said shit to Randolph. You escalated this thing. You went after your brother. You made a diss track on your brother. You went on Logan Paul's podcast. You don't accept any responsibility for your actions. It's always what everyone else is doing. I don't see what KSI did to you. I don't see it. But listen, Deji went on in this video to explain why he dropped the diss track, even though KSI apologized, and this is what he had to say for that. Roll.
It surprised me that he made that I'm sorry video, and then he kept tweeting things publicly. That's why me saying, this is why I don't think his sorry is genuine. I came to LA to record this video. I've spent a lot of money making this video, and you expect me to not just drop it? I mean, if you spent over 30K from travels and everything, I'm pretty sure you dropped that video as well, considering how much time you spent on it.
Okay, so you put $30,000 into this diss track on your brother, so you had to drop it. You didn't want to be out 30 grand. I don't get it, Deji. You're worth 5 mil. I mean, what's 30K to you? I mean, a very smart man by the name of Drizzy once said, I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. so offended I had to double check. What is 30 grand to you? Now listen, guys, on the last DramaAlert, a lot of you guys were leaving comments and you were saying, Keem, you should stay neutral in this. Like, you shouldn't pick sides. And part of you are right for that, because I do like Deji. I love the kid. I love KSI. I should stay neutral. I should stay out of it. But somebody's got to say something. I mean, this is just, to me, on the outside looking in, it's just all one-sided. I don't see KSI attacking his brother like Deji keeps claiming. I don't see it, so I gotta say something. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on, because as soon as I get the scoop, I'm gonna keep you in the loop. Every details on these stories, we will keep you up to date. Tomorrow, on DramaAlert, Sunday, we are going to talk about YouTube Rewind 2018 and the brand new punching bag of YouTube, Lily Singh. So make sure you sub and don't miss that one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you slap a like on it. DramaAlert Nation now over 4,500,000 subscribers. I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect.